Anybody in there? Anybody in here? All right, I hear you.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know. They are my family talking about piss tests. Public. Come on now. Where is it? I said create stream. Classic live stream. Yeah. Thanks for trying. What the fuck? Upload custom thumbnail. I don't need it. Oh crap. Don't save. Set up encoding. No. Live stream checklist. Okay. Don't save. Yeah, everything is up here now. All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Is it up there, girl? All right, waiting on it. All right, cool. All right. All right, waiting on it.
There you go.
Let's see. Live control room. See what this is. Do the half on, half off thing. Upload. Schedule later sports. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is asking. It's not private. It's public. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yo.
Create stream.
Oh, sure.
I don't know what this thing is doing. This is stupid.
Hey, you were supposed to be my lift home. How'll I get out of here? Hey, I'm G. I've got so many more stories to tell. Guys. Oh, gee.
Welcome back, CR Fire Pro. Yeah, welcome back. Setup encoding, add stream info. Okay, we got that. Got that.
You gotta press go live.
I did, but
I mean, when I checked, you was
This should be interesting.
like you was.
it says it's
Hold on,
live and it's a healthy stream. I guess it's going. I don't do this too often. I don't do this shit every day, Willie.
Let's see.
Man, that's so nostalgic right there, that opening.
Yep. Hey, Mr. Pony's here.
See. What's good, Pony?
What's up, Pony? Pony, pony, pony.
Hello.
Hello.
Man, people need to be showing up. What is wrong with them?
Cheers.
Everyone.
I don't know.
Hashtag.
Actually, met the Young Bucks once.
I don't want the Young Bucks to be tag champs. Not now.
Yeah, but I met them when they were once the Young Bucks in TNA.
You mean Generation?
I'm
There was once called Generation Me. It was cool. With Dale Peter,
Yeah.
Little City Machine Guns.
Is it good now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to figure out when my headset wasn't working.
This pretty
I like how their entrance reminds me of the old Impact Zone.
it does look like the old impact. It was two different ways to come in. That's
What's wrong with it? You liked it before? What's wrong with it?
deep. Oh, you egotist, fake money.
Baby, that's what that is.
Sell them T-shirts.
It's baby, it's turkey. It's ground turkey. One is turkey breast, other is dark meat turkey. It's all ground turkey. So, but it's in there. Just taste it before you start acting silly. Let's see. That should be it. Zero, Nick Infante, Mr. Phony, and me. There we go.
SCU.
SCU. The Bucks.
Oh wow.
They ain't too young anymore. They're just the Bucks.
The
They gonna
old
get there.
Bucks.
The money.
The old ass Bucks.
I love that gimmick. For the entrance. It's a private party, people. This is a private.
I remember Private Party. I actually know him from an independent show here in New York. Private Party.
You know what? It sucks. I called this. I said this in one of the last things I uploaded on my channel. That what they're gonna do is eventually, the elites of everything. They're gonna be the ones that come opening the show and closing the show.
Let's see.
Yeah. Plus, Private Party. I've seen them wrestle before in New York. They're pretty awesome.
For what show?
Warrior of the Wrestling. They were the Warrior of the Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
Who doesn't like a good? Who doesn't like a good indie show? You know it. I just hope this company lasts long. They already selling out like crazy. But how long they gonna keep this up?
That's how I know Nyla Rose from Warrior of the Wrestling. She used to be the women's champion. Plus, this weekend I got a back-to-back wrestling event. Friday night and Saturday night.
That dude right there, that's the star of the team. But both of them can go.
Yeah.
They both can, but the other one, I mean, in all honesty, he's the Marty Jannetty. He's the animal of the Road Warriors. He's the Rick Steiner.
Which
He
one?
got so much talent, but he will never get the recognition.
Which one, Sedrik?
The dude leading them right now, that hype dude in the front. I'll never get that.
For which
Private Party. Yeah, the young bucks are just,
yeah.
Two Shawn Michaels trying to make it.
That's my. They're twins, anyways. So you can't tell them apart. They both had this. They're both equally amazing in their own right.
Yeah.
Flip.
It sucks. Young Bucks gonna win this match.
I don't want them to win, but
They also were from House of Glory. The private party team.
My favorite podcaster works for House of Glory. JD from New York.
Oh, I know JD. He's a good YouTuber. His reviews are funny.
I love
JD, if you're watching this, we love you, man. Keep making those good reviews.
the second rule, the most dangerous rule. Okay. Wait, that was an illegal tag. My man was on top of the My man's on the top rope. He tagged him in. That shouldn't be counted as a tag. Wait,
Oh,
can
y'all
you
must
hear
be ahead of me. Yep.
You watching this on TV? Oh,
And I am the
Live,
most
I'm-
far behind.
damn.
Right now they're just doing it. They're just standing around doing nothing because they're all, I don't know, being dumb. Up he goes after him, blocks the kick, turns around, back drop, flips, lands on his feet. Nick chases in, pushed off, swing through the ropes, reverse net breaker.
Wait.
Yeah, that's right. I can commentate real wrestling a lot better than my own shit.
Yeah, that's good. I can't watch it at
You
all.
can't?
I lack cable.
Oh, you got internet?
Oh. You watching this on Watch Wrestling or something?
Yeah, that's where I am. I ain't paying for this shit. Not like that. Ain't no way in hell I'm paying $119 fucking dollars to watch this.
If I wanted to pay $119, I would probably also watch some Disney Junior.
That used to be a good station.
450
That
splash.
used to be an awesome station.
Disney Junior.
Man, Disney Junior, honestly, it was strange because the shows almost had an adult edge to it. It was
Yeah.
weird. It was
Fair
weird
enough.
because I was like, I watch some simple cartoons before I go outside and play some basketball, but it was like, nah, man, this dude just died in front of you. I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna stay in and watch this.
Oh, super kick. God damn.
Okay, now
Oh,
I
you
can
found
watch
Super
it.
kick.
Okay,
Yes.
it's also on Daily Motion and
Who's,
whatnot.
who,
Aside Moonsault lands on his feet. See, I don't know
Yeah.
where y'all are.
Well, I see the private
shot,
team basically
flip,
taking on
slide
one of the
through.
Bucks.
Tuck and roll,
Splash.
dodge for the tag. Swan dive body press, rolls
we
over
ahead
to
of
his
you.
feet. Catering to the crowd, stay on the opponent, dumbass. Tope suicida, goes back in. Tuxedo dive, almost killed himself. Oh shit, Tope
I'm at the
Conhito.
point where, like,
I gotta admit,
Fosbury
pretty good
flop.
teamwork.
He gonna steal the show by his damn self. You know, people in the back hollering, slow down, man. You're gonna make us look bad.
Watch him go for a 450 splash.
Right now, he's not move puking. He's on the edge. Yep, Scorpio splash. And that should have been the end. That should have been the end. The crowd was there. They were popping, and they fucked it again.
This is going to be an issue. Looks like one of them is going to have some stamina issues.
Misses the half finger splash. Ooh.
Oof.
Tip up.
Double
Super kick.
oof.
this is awesome.
Double super kick. How far behind am I on
Yeah,
whoever's watching?
Well, let's just say I'm at the point where,
Well, the Bucks finally
God.
tagged in.
yeah, that's the part where I'm at, where they just finally tag each other.
And the Bucks have... Oh, no. Flipping power
Yep,
bomb.
I'm there. He's holding it. He's
Over the
running.
ramp.
He's running. He's still running
Oh, yeah,
and
I
power
passed
bomb. So I'm about 1 point.
I'm going
I'm about
farther ahead.
one.
You know what? I'm just gonna be
That's
on
actually a
Watch Wrestling.
shock.
I'm just gonna be on the website and try to watch it from there. So,
'Cause my
so I
internet's
can at least.
shit. Oh, Shining Wizard.
Oh, you way ahead now, Shining Wizard.
One of them's going for it.
I got past that part, but
I
I'm
have
just
no
gonna
idea
be
what that
where my
move
black
is.
guys at. Uno,
Sharpshooter.
dos. That power bomb to a sharpshooter is actually pretty dope.
Oh, and he caught it, the
But
Scorpion
I was like,
Deathlock.
if he taps out, I'm done.
He better not tap.
I swear.
Not yet, anyway.
Are they chanting Johnny Wrestling?
I don't know.
No, because I'm way ahead of y'all because I got on my TV now. I got it on my computer. I'm just listening in on the chants because, bruh.
I'm trying to do something right here, y'all. I'm gonna
Just
try something.
disrespectful.
I'm gonna see if this shit works.
Seems like one of the private party members is currently
Oh
out.
yeah, he done.
Yeah, because he got power
He
bomb.
done. He's done like a Waffle House steak.
The forearm bone on the face.
Let's hope he can bounce a comeback.
He died.
All right, I'm gonna see what I can do here.
I'm not gonna spoil what happened because I got on my TV.
Oh,
Let's see.
Canadian Destroyer. Nope.
It's interesting to know Vince Russo is watching this on Twitch.
Oh, you would. Oh,
he's fighting back, but I don't think he'll be, well, anything.
I thought he died. He got power bombed to a steel,
Oh no,
quote unquote, kayfabe.
this is not
steel.
good.
Uh-oh. Swan dive, double foot stomp.
Sweaty, easy. Why you did a close up to his face? I don't want to see him choke up.
Jeez.
I can't believe that's just too bad you guys not watching on
He's
TV.
back on.
Because you would have seen what the hell I just.
He stopped. Oh!
Yeet!
Missed. Oh, he got kicked. Damn.
Yeet!
I like that. He blocked the tag. Right in the face. Oh my God!
Spear!
That was a good spear.
No, that was a good spear right there. Yeah, I'm the one lagging behind here. The only way I could possibly catch up is there was a speed up button, but I think we're watching on Daily Motion. The best thing the Bucks could do is lose.
No, the worst thing
I
a
know,
Bucks
right?
can do is get overconfident.
If they lose, then that means they don't have. It's not going to look. It's not going to look phony.
Right. It's like I have hopes for this company that I just wish that I think he did a disco man and did a Pele.
You should have used
That's
that
the best
energy
thing.
Yes.
to go over.
He used
You got
that
it.
to do a taunt into a double Pele when he could have just.
Well, it don't matter because double drop kick.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
But
Kip up. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Kip up. There we go.
And your back gave up.
Oh, he got the janky old man
Oh.
going.
Double her.
Mom, I can run a gin drop on.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I want Jurassic Express to win this turn. I just
Jurassic
because
Express would be
they-
awesome if they won this.
They're great.
Double strikes.
Oh,
They're my gods.
These two tag teams are on fire.
so you think it's the like the what? Okay.
I just feel like I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
I
Oh,
just wish they. I don't want them to lose. What?
this is better than NXT.
Because it
How many
is.
Northern Lights suplexes?
The rolling Northern Light suplex. I
Endless
like
Northern
that he
Light
does
suplexes.
that. Yep.
And a double.
I will
The most
let
I've seen him
NXT,
do
but
is
I'm not
6.
gonna see.
Oh, tag them in.
I did not expect.
Oh, yes, him, his own partner on the turnbuckle.
Can you give me some rice? I'm corded up. I'm
I'm
cord
telling you,
north
this
over here.
Private Party tag team is
Okay.
amazing.
Oh no. They're going for the Meltzer driver. I
I
think.
turn and look at my TV.
5
I just
stars.
saw something. Oh no.
5 stars. 5
Buckle bomb
stars.
into Giddy combination. Got him up. Double leg trip. Scorpion hold.
Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he kicked out.
What? Fight forever.
Thank you.
Why is he going for the low? Is he just doing this to flex? Oh!
Damn. My man hit him with an X Factor.
He's done.
Face plant. He's not.
Oh, they won Private Party.
Don't spoil it.
Are you kidding me?
Really?
He got
What the
out of
fuck?
it.
That's good.
Even after getting sat on.
What in the world?
Okay. Yeah, this the part I see.
Oh!
On the TV. This jump was
Oh,
tough.
more bang for the buck. Nope.
Both teams were
Buck
amazing.
Runner.
Oh!
Hurricane Runner to a cutter, B. That
I
joint
love
is
that
tough.
finisher. And rolls out the ring.
That joint is
Dude!
tough. That is when they should have ended the match.
Flip shooting star place. 1, 2.
Wish upon a shooting star.
Beautiful.
G.
Oh! Too bad I was only
And then he kicks
at
out.
2.
And the crowd knows this bullshit.
I heard that. That's fine.
He's fired up.
That when they should have ended the match right there.
Oh no.
He done, hold
But
up.
hey, this is fire.
Oh,
He done
no,
went through every single
Never.
move. Now he just resorting to punching them.
No! Oh!
You just took a finisher, you fuck. What you doing up?
Oh! Upset. It's an upset.
1, 2, 3.
You got him.
This was awesome.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, that it sucks because of their style. The highest that they're gonna be able to do is a 4-star match.
Why can't they be called private shit?
That was
That
a
match was
pretty
damn
good match.
good, but it's
That
if they did it right, that could have been an easy 5-star match.
I'm glad they didn't do right.
Yeah, but at some point in our lifetimes, what we consider 5-star matches may end up becoming 4 or 3 stars.
right.
Wrestling will always evolve. But at this moment, we can say that was a damn good match.
I agree. I agree. I just wish. Like there's nothing to wish for, but it's just sometimes wrestling can be just
Yep.
amazing. Just
Unpredictable.
it's like nowadays wrestling too predictable. Probably know who's gonna win. But they need to bring back how it used to be, where people can read newsletters. But hey, it's all good. Time to check Twitter.
So, who's ready to have as much salt as Yinzer?
What?
Wait, what? We talking about nipples? What happened?
No, I said as much salt
Oh,
as
okay.
Yinzer's.
I w-
That's right, JD. Holy shit. Pirate Party eliminated. And my phone about to die. I just realized. So who's next? Oh, Jericho.
in all honesty, right now, until I see it, this match should have closed the show.
I believe you. I believe you.
And we
That was
saw a
main event
cultaholic
caliber
sign.
match. Look at Jake Hager.
And then I don't
The
know
tallest
what we're gonna do
of
after
them
this.
all.
We have to watch some NWA wrestling after this. National Re-
I haven't seen it
Man,
yet. I haven't seen
National
it yet.
Wrestling Alliance is doing studio style wrestling. Oh my god, that was awesome. Only saw like the first 13, 14 minutes of it. No script, no bullshit, no filler, no stupid pyro, no epic lights, no overproduction. It is straight up raw bone wrestling like it was meant to be. That means they come out and do their promos. That's real. They got to do it from off the top of their dome. I like that.
It brings a tear to
Oh
my
man, I
eye.
had goosebumps all over me. And the intro, I didn't even get to the wrestling stuff. Just the intro, I was all teared up. I was messed up. I was like, this is it! Yay!
This is the wrestling I wanted to.
That's my damn.
It's still real to me.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Aldis?
It's still
Nick
real to me,
Aldis
damn it.
exploited how and what is real about wrestling. I was like, oh, he called it out. He called it out. I love it.
Yeah, I was actually referencing that video.
Chris Jericho is my bitch.
Hey, he's a paymaker. Fuck you mean?
A paymaker with a
Yeah,
little bit
cooking
of the
bad food doesn't
bubbly.
make you a pain maker.
Bubbly.
But having a little bit of the bubbly does.
That shirt is
Listen.
so indicative of his Y2J era.
It needs some dignity. Why do you have rabies on?
Literally of the.
Stop giving him rabies.
You need rabies. Man, make up a wrestler that's named rabies.
Sammy Guevara looks like a whole.
Give that about
Who?
No, give it off.
What, you heard me?
I'll give the rabies to the dad.
Yeah, girl. Got rabies.
I got them right now in my hand to give them to you. I'll feed it to your ear.
I don't want the rabies.
You already have them. They're stuck.
Yeah, girl. Got rabies.
I got them right now in my hand.
Turn that off.
No.
Shoot us in my mind.
Yep, we be live here up on YouTube. There's two watching.
Ow, that hurt.
There's two watching on YouTube right there. And I am finna post this link right up here. Matter of fact, fuck that shit. Where this shit at? Podcast. At everyone. Oh wait. Wait.
No, it's because wrestling was actually back.
And Jericho done formed a faction.
What's it going to be called?
I
The Painmakers?
guess.
Wait, did I see he? I think it's Ty Trump. I love you. I love it. It's really funny. It's like we cheer for them and then just shut up.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun. They keep showing Jake Hager. Come on.
Plus, it's interesting that I actually know Santana and Ortiz.
Really?
His hairstyle looks stupid, though.
Yeah, I remember when they used to be a different tag team, Santana and Ortiz in New York.
What the heck?
No, he looked like a twink. If you don't know what a twink is,
I did that quick.
I like those two though. LAX.
I seen them. That's
Yeah.
the fuck is wrong with that?
Hey, look like they have an issue.
He looks so hungry.
Yeah,
Plus, it's good to see Jack Swagger. Oh, I'm sorry, I
Yeah.
mean Jack Hager.
Jack
Whatever his last
Jack
name is.
Swagger. I mean,
Jack
honest with you, he
Swigler.
looked like he don't know his own name.
Who? Jake,
Can you blame him?
Jake Hager?
Swagger. I mean Hager.
Maybe
He
he's
don't.
high again.
He just looked like someone put him in the ring and he don't even know why he's there. Just look. If they
Maybe
show
he
it, look
got
at his
high
face.
again.
They trying to keep away from his face.
Right.
Look at him. Look at that.
He looked like
Yeah,
they cried.
they got
I
me
think
out
he-
here and I'm scared.
Plus, I
I think
actually
he's
knew
just channeling
LA
his We the People.
Santana and Ortiz through an independent promotion back in here in New York.
We the people.
Oh god.
We the people.
He looks so dead inside.
He's like a caged animal that understands he'll
probably
never
just
get
high.
free.
Right.
No, I think he's just high, Jack Swagger.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
I know.
It's like he's
Blink,
staring
damn
off
it!
at something.
Blink!
He reminds me of
Blink!
LTC.
Blink, damn it!
How is he not blinking?
Blink!
He's not blinking! He has seizures.
What the hell, Jericho?
Fucking cyborg!
He's having
He's the Terminator.
The Swaginator.
Move! Scratch an itch!
Swaginator.
Something!
He's having an ow.
You're a dude. I know somewhere on your balls is itching. Scratch it!
What the fuck?
Twitch a nipple!
You're trying to
Anything!
what in the world?
Say
What
we
in
the
the
people.
world?
What in the world do you
It's crazy because Jericho's talking. We don't even care about that. We just care about Jake Hager because he looks. Because we are so
I seriously don't give a shit about Jericho talking. Right now, Jericho's doing all this talking because somebody clearly had to take a shit, so he's starving for time.
move, damn, move, blink, blink again. Scratch
He's moving. He's finally moving.
That was.
That's a terrible name. The inner.
He has emotion.
Panda kid next to him just trying to show off. Oh, my boat's in.
Get your damn boat.
What? I'm playing Townville. I'm a multitasker.
No one cares about your damn game.
I care about my game. Damn! Why you stealing my lines?
You don't like your family.
What?
Wait, what?
He said he thought Dusty was a joke. He don't go to wrestling jail.
Oh, straight.
I'm gonna tell you right now, what Jericho just did was put legitimate heat on himself. Oh, it's good, you know. I would think that he wants to live. Damn, I gotta move. Why did this get pushed over? Okay, pull that over.
Well, let's hope he does not put too much
He
heat on
said
himself.
shit.
Last thing we need is a Jericho.
That's too edgy right there.
Get the official shoe of CR Fire Pro.
Them shoes are
They are.
comfy
They're
as hell.
fucking awesome, man. Hey, who else is? Oh shit! I love somebody. Somebody was watching, and now they're not. Who was? Hey, which one of y'all was on YouTube watching the show?
Well, I'm on educationloans.com.
Same.
You know what? Education loans. Wait,
Yes.
is that what this is? I guess we on it.
Yes.
We're on it
That's
too.
what I'm watching.
Daily Motion.
Educationloans.com, watching on Daily Motion.
Well, me.
I'm watching this
7
on
million
TNT.
viewers and counting.
Like,
Oh my God, the match ruiner,
Wait,
I
does
mean, I'm on team.
the one that shouldn't have won.
Who? Georgia Janela? Wait, never mind.
The Inner Circle. Well, okay. Oh, hey yo, National Wrestling Alliance that takes place in hot Atlanta, Georgia.
I've been to Georgia. Good shit.
Well, that's actually one of my greatest advantages.
You could probably go there if you live somewhere near Atlanta. I have
live
no
in
the fuck
Milledgeville.
idea where that is. Is it near Atlanta?
No.
I live in Milledgeville, Georgia.
Is that near?
Milledgeville.
See, I don't feel like doing any cozier search for shit, man. What? Don't be doing this to me. Is it near Atlanta or not?
I got a tablet
Damn
for a
it.
reason.
Fuck!
Okay. Milledgeville. Jimmy Havoc. Okay, Milledgeville.
Yeah.
Are you?
He won't even
Okay.
tell me shit.
They're Sparta.
All I did was get a bunch of pictures of old ass homes. What the fuck? Oh, that's a nice looking one right there, though.
Oh, Milledgeville is kind of near Georgia, but it's really not.
No, if I want to go there by car, it would take me about 2 hours.
They ate the
Beautiful.
hazelnut?
The other M&Ms, they broke him open and ate him.
Yep, they ate the
But what if
hazelnut.
they have a hazelnut allergy? They done screwed themselves.
It doesn't matter because they ate him. She said, what did you
It don't matter.
say? We ate him. Over the haze and face. Oh my goodness, that's awful. We ate him.
I like them M&Ms. About it in hazelnut.
I look at my TV and I look at Jimmy Havoc screaming, like literally just punching himself and screaming in my face.
I do not like Jimmy Havoc for AEW. MLW, he seems to be all right enough.
You know, M&Ms are my second favorite M&Ms.
This match is for people that don't know shit about wrestling. Jimmy Havoc versus Jimmy Havoc that doesn't look like Jimmy Havoc.
That little scrawny Darby dude.
I guess. I don't know who he's going against.
He's going against
Darby Allin. The best thing, again, but look, the thing about Jimmy Havoc that's awesome is his return Western Lariat is a hell of a lot better than Okada's.
Oh yeah, it is. I can't.
I'm just going to guess because of the power in it.
Jimmy Havoc looked like a distressed child.
Jimmy Havoc looked like,
He
I'll be honest with you, he looked like Christopher Daniels on cocaine.
No, lie. God damn, dude. You get to feel my pain.
Feel my pain. All of you suck monkey nuts tonight. Fuck all of you.
Put your tongue back in your mouth.
My
You
pain.
do feel
my
your pain because you don't wrestle.
He fights.
15 years, yeah. She said
What'd you
15
just say?
years. It's been 15 years. You need work.
Oh my.
Yeah, you've been wrestling this long. You know, come on. You can do better than this. And coming to the ring, Darby.
I hate Darby. So weird.
Ow.
Dorby.
Now you drop the Allen, you get to see how weak it is. Darby.
It's weak even with an Allen.
Making his way to the ring, Allen.
Making his way to the
Niggas went
It's
to
like
ring
Jurassic
fucking
Park,
Jesus.
man. Allen.
What if his
Fucking raptor. If y'all ain't seen Jurassic Park, I'm just gonna murder you right now through this fucking server.
wait, what if his last name was
You're a-
Shitty?
You're
I
all
need to see that,
fucking
man.
dead.
Damn, he's dead. Slid under.
Oh!
Backstabber? Nope. Broke your ass down. Crossroads, big fella.
Can I see?
Man, I know what's up. People come in here
Coffin
thinking that they
drop.
can watch the show, but I don't know if I should even try to do that, you know, because I think I'd get a copyright strike if I was showing the show.
Yeah, because, like, I think due to TNT and their deal with them, is like you showcasing a
Somebody, yeah,
TV
somebody
show.
posted the whole show from
Yes.
last week.
They both have.
I don't know how people get away with that shit.
He looks more like Michael Jackson.
Simple. They name it something like Children's
Minecraft.
Play Store. Or where it is.
Okay, Darby Allen, you're going to feel my pain.
Stop it.
Are we going by the honor bound
Me?
rule?
Yeah, let's shake hands in this match that's
Ooh,
going
he
to
said
involve
that
weapons and blood.
Wait, this is no disqualification?
Ooh, nice. Rama, he's strong. 2.
Oh!
Wait, what's the
Jackknife.
rule in this match? A no DQ or it's normal
I
match?
don't know. Yep, jackknife.
Oh, spit at him.
Man, you're like 8
Oh, a
years
spit.
ahead.
Miss kick. Push.
Oh my
Attempted hip
god.
toss. Attempted hip toss. Oh. Super hip toss.
Woo!
Ah.
Nice. I'll be honest with you. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Man.
Ooh.
Oh. That was a good super drop kick.
That was.
Man, not yeah, shotgun drop kick. Man, hey girl,
Ooh.
I don't know if it will help. We might have to refresh because they ahead of us. We living in the past. I mean, if this was a
Oh
Super
no!
Both
Saiyajin
of them
fight,
got painted
we would be
nails and
fighting the
shit.
After Shadow.
That was a huge bite.
He bit the man. He bit a man on purpose. Education loan.
Did he
Here,
hit
babe.
the Oz
Come
stunner?
here.
Swing and
Come here,
miss. Shoulder block.
I thought he hit the Oz.
Oh shit.
Can we get a replay? Oof.
He said, "Yeah, he's all
Why are
dead."
referees always so small? Referees are so small.
Excuse me for a sec.
Yeah, it was just a slam off the apron.
Oh, I hate that so much.
No, he just dropped. No, he tried to keep his head up.
I am
Welcome
back.
back.
And hit to the head.
I swear, I hate when like he stepped on your arm while it's like an invert. I don't like it. It scares me.
I'll give you permission to go get her. I'll give you permission to go get her.
Is he wearing booty shorts with tights?
I hope not.
No, like look at Darby Allin's attire. It looks like he's wearing booty shorts with tights. Trying to look like what the hell is it?
Come here.
What's his face?
Hey, come
Damn.
here. Come here.
Just grab her. Ooh.
He was named the zombie.
Oh, chokehold. Just people on Discord.
Jimmy Jacobs. Yeah, that's his name, Jimmy Jacobs. Or Mikey Whipwreck. Still to come, my man is Moxley. Yeah, with the breaks. Moxley!
All right, good thing too. So who do you think is gonna win?
Havoc.
I think Darby
I'm going for
Allin's gonna
Havoc.
win this match.
Mainly because I love a fucking Western lariat. That's pretty much it. It's very fucking shallow. Just deal with it. It's shallow as fuck. I love a Western lariat. I love a sleeper choke. I love a Northern Light bomb. Thank you, Naito, for bringing it back.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
You know,
I still think Darby's gonna win, but I would not be surprised if Havoc wins.
I think Darby's might win this match.
You know, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm surprised that Moxley didn't come down and try to be in this match.
He will love.
Oh, Moxley has his own issue.
Yeah, fucking himself up to be
Moxley,
hardcore.
no.
That's his issue.
He used to wrestle for CZW. I see some of his matches. It was some of the highlights. Too.
I can't.
Shit.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I'm not complaining. Let him do what he wants.
Hey, the thing is, I remember, I don't know who said this. I think it was JD. But like when he did the DDT on the glass table to Kenny Omega, he said he having CZW flash the moment he did that. That was funny as shit.
She got me.
They don't have time to go to the post office. They have business,
So
customers to care for.
I think the reason why Moxie is being like this now is because he's free. He can do whatever the hell he wants. I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's just it's.
He went to WWE,
Well, that's
nerf.
all they know how to do is nerf. You can go there and make being Tonka Steel. They're
Yeah.
gonna turn you into that soft nerf shit.
Not hurting. Yeah. Wait, what?
It's just I get.
I seen a comment about Carl and my bad.
Wait, you see a comment about what?
Like I seen a comment about Carl Anderson. You know how he used to be called the
Yeah.
machine gun, right? Somebody said he went to WWE. That now he's the water gun.
Oh crap.
That shit was funny. Like that didn't actually happen, but like that's just how comparing from him in New Japan to him in WWE. It's like from machine gun to a nerf.
I can't disagree.
Right.
I'd like
can't
to disagree. I'd be lying if I did though. Damn. See, comments like that make me rethink my career, man. There's just some things I just be like, ah, fuck you. You're not where I am. And then there's ones that's like, ah, shit, what have I done? Guess you only need 3 of those then.
Oh, I feel misery, alright.
Wrestler. Ooh. Punched her.
1,
Viscous punch.
2.
Kick out.
2 kind.
See, I know this isn't going to happen, but every once in a while, it just be so funny. After a kick out, someone just straight up knuckle up and punch the shit out of them and say, I dare you to kick out again.
Oh.
Punch him in his eye.
Like, there's a video, dude, old school Luthez versus somebody, where he was covering him and punching him in the guts while pinning him. I'm like, that's some good shit right there, man. They don't allow that no more. Oh, butterfly spike power driver.
Oh.
Yeah, Tiger Driver 98.
1,
1, 2. Oh, shit. Curb stomp.
Damn. Now that's a curb stomp.
And that's just a
Look,
regular
think about
stomp.
this shit, though.
Right.
Now, what's his name? Marty Skrull did that to Will Ospreay, kinda, and he was stomping on him to the point Ospreay looked like he was dead in the ring. The ref didn't call it, and Ospreay goes to win.
Oh, bite, bite, bite.
Ooh, go behind. He just,
Ooh.
whoa, nice.
Oh. What the hell is he doing?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Darby wins, man. You called it.
Well.
Fuck your knees.
These two just showed they can fucking wrestle. They can wrestle. I love it. I love it.
Darby looks like another 20. If I see this skinny ass.
I think it's awesome seeing these young stars doing well.
Yeah. Him wearing booty shorts and tight. As I'm very picky with ring attire. I'm very picky with ring attire.
You doing what? Oh, that's what they call it, the coffin drop? So what is it, the splash? Or is it like the dead coffin? Okay, the dead coffin. All right, just make the respiratory infection drop. Purr.
Oof.
Bit as fucking.
He got up and bit him like a creature. What?
What is he, a vampire?
It's right here.
Oof.
Oh, that's cursive.
I always,
I don't know what it says
It
It
though.
says I can read cursive.
if he hit that fucking.
Okay. Cool. She wrote it. Up, your mom's gonna get your numbs now. Go on over there and get. Yep. Get. Chris Jericho versus Darby.
Help me!
I ain't helping you.
Chris gonna win this.
Stop clapping my butt. No!
Amy sucker. Be oppressed and real.
What's up with that girl on the front left? What is wrong with her? It's like
has a
somebody
thick
grabbed
neck.
her face and stretched it and they green screened that person out.
I swear to God, for that brief moment, I thought I had my.
You know what? You know what? Whether you like or hate WWE, like or hate AEW, or anything else, right now, Wednesday belongs to wrestling.
Right.
It belongs to it. It's good to be in wrestling today. They just need to not fuck it up.
All these politics shit.
Well, we all know Vince
Yeah,
gonna
he's
fuck
got
his
to
up.
do that because if he don't, he's not being Vince.
He's a
How can I
dimensional
fuck
man,
this up
Vince.
today? Hey, Triple H, have you done something for me to ruin?
Hey, Kevin Dunn.
Fuck up.
How
How
about we
disqualification?
how about we do that Inoki thing?
That's me. Kevin Dunn. What's the for rock?
I don't know why the elderly do that. But I don't know why they did that shit. Oh,
We're not
shit.
wrestling. We're not wrestling. We're sports entertainment.
Who the hell? How did they? Okay. That commercial fucked me up for a second. All right. I did.
I don't watch commercials, so I'm just being like,
I was like, how the hell did they? Because I wasn't paying attention. And I just saw the dude, he just moving on the screen. I was like, okay. I was like, that was a still picture. Why are you alive all of a sudden?
Damn it, Shaq. Why the fuck you here?
Wait, Shaquille O'Neal's a board member?
Probably. You got look. If I had that kind of money, I would be on the board. All right. I would have mad stock and stuff because then they have to pay me and please me, and I would have some say in how they do their shit. And I'd be like, hey, Papa John's, go back to using some actual real ingredients. You fucking up your pizzas.
Yeah, they just so pride. The little MMA. I remember I used to play UFC. Hard. They got.
Honestly, my first exposure to. Actually, you know what? Never mind. It's back on.
Half. She's a Satanist.
Kind of got her.
And then you had this random ass chick with the.
She got her kind of Akira Hokuto look going.
Two very contrasting
Yeah.
looks.
Don't seem like y'all are a tag team.
Two different personalities. Two different personalities.
They just
Two
threw
different
some
games.
shit together.
Have you seen the women's tag team?
They like want you, and you. Okay, you got a match. Let's get
No,
this
we've
shit
seen
rolling.
women tag up, but we've never seen a women's tag team. I would like to see some company introduce a women's tag team championship and have it legitimately defended and won and all that.
I was gonna say WWE did that.
The doctor will see you now.
DMD.
This is where she should be. In the ring, not on commentary.
But you know what was cool about being on commentary? She wasn't there to commentate.
Nope.
She was scouting. That's why she was watching. She was watching the match.
Yep.
She was a fan.
Good.
Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Yeehaw!
You know what I learned today? Well, what I learned, I think last week or something like that. She was the chick that Kenny Omega wrestled. She was not.
JR just broke the mold again. He done broke the fourth wall. He said, here's Riho. Oh, 98 pounds of him. He done killed the damn fourth wall, man.
It looked like she can whoop somebody.
There's a reason why we say.
Which makes things even more hilarious when 98-pound tiny Asian woman kicks your ass.
98-pound woman destroyed a 220-pound girl after taking moves that should have damn near killed her.
That Death Valley driver.
Yes, that was picture perfect, wasn't it?
Well, if she's that badass, imagine when she...
Yeah,
Hello?
we hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure, because I have now got my first stop.
Oh, shit.
Took 2 matches.
$23 October.
Ask for some
AW
pizzas.
Tix.
Are we going to Gardens on Friday for the Charlie's play date?
Trip. Irish Trip. Below handstand. She's a gymnast. Well, that didn't.
Did she respond?
Okay, I'm done with this company.
Oh,
Yep,
impressive.
that's the almost the typical Joshi kick out early on in matches. That bridge out. I'm used to seeing that.
Oh, she scratched that back.
She scratched her? Good.
That's the hell out that back.
She has the heart, she has the durability. She just has the strength of a twig.
And you know what? You can't be mad at Riho. You can't. Because Kenny's the one that booked this shit.
Yes. So let's blame Russo.
I am not going to blame Russo for this. It would be really nice to do it, but I can't do it.
Yeah.
God damn it, boy. This is why Jim Cornette doesn't like you.
It took Jim Cornette 2 weeks to figure it out, but he figured it out that Kenny Omega was the one that wrestled Riho when she was 9.
That shit was.
Wait. Rio's been wrestling that long?
Yes. She fought Kenny Omega when
She started
9 years
training.
old.
She started training when
Holy
she was
crazy.
8, and she got her first professional match when she was 9. I think 9 and a half.
That says something, don't it?
What? What? Oh, all of her training and stuff.
I mean, at least the 9-year-old that he wrestled became a wrestler.
Yes, that that does say a lot. Oh shit!
It wasn't just some bullshit fluke.
As Cedric was saying, it says something that the 9-year-old that he wrestled at least became a wrestler. So that's saying something.
That is.
But it's also saying that he will wrestle a 9-year-old and expose the business even further than it needs to be.
But still, some kids actually grew up with her
Yeah,
wrestling.
you just it's a grown man wrestling a 9-year-old to a 6-minute draw.
Huh?
Yeah, so yeah.
I mean, say how bad to the business all you want, but if you got a bunch of kids thinking, maybe I can do that, you get more eyes on the
That's true.
product.
I'm not gonna deny that one. That is damn true.
That's
Oh, is
And if
this
her
it?
career is successful, she can essentially be... Not yet.
goddamn Eminem's ass.
Oh shit! When did he die? Man, the young Eminem dead. Eminem's
I just have to.
the Eminems are
Think
dying
about
like a
that.
motherfucker.
Well, he's going to be
Eminem
revived.
just turned to a damn ghost.
What the fuck?
I love Eminem.
What? I hate this picture, man. They need to put the commercial small because no one give a fuck about the commercials unless it's something cartoony.
Nobody gives a damn.
Hey, they do need money.
They want to
Without
make
money,
money,
they
put
can't
some
pay the
ring rats
talent.
on the street and make them hook. How about that?
You do need commercials in order to make money. When you make money, you can pay the talent. When you can pay the talent, they can do shit like what that's about to
I
happen.
know that, man. I'm fucking with my woman over here. I'm being a heel.
You are.
You can try to put me on the stroll. I would have to pay people to try to have sex with me.
What?
That would be the reverse of everything the stroll is meant for.
You want to see how hard I can.
Oof.
Hang on, I gotta go back.
That bridge.
All right, turn.
I remember I was watching. I think I was watching Raw
1, 2,
when I was young.
kick out.
It was a commercial break. When we came back
That was deep,
from
yeah.
commercials, the match was already over.
Oh!
Oh shit!
My heart pounds.
Rio's getting some
And Rio
strikes
just
in.
got struck.
And now you are far ahead.
They charge each other, colliding,
Me and
and
Chris-
spirited punch.
Two. I should get that deal. God damn it, American Dad! I don't care.
That show is still funny. I haven't watched it in years.
What? I know squash. But, no, what? Squash. I forgot.
Hey. Chop. Oof.
No.
Okay,
my
I'm
God.
failing to
She
multitask.
wants
I
to
cannot
now.
play
She's getting
Township
caught
and
now.
watch the show. I stopped.
Oh, don't worry.
My boss won't be around for almost 3.5
Women are putting
hours.
everything on the line.
1, 2.
Reverse. Oh, nice elbow drop. Pinner.
She got a tooth on the back of her top.
Britt Baker's awesome.
She got a tooth
She got a tooth on her tights.
on the back of her top. Yeah, I think she got it on the
Oh,
Oh,
that cutter.
She is a dentist.
She is a registered dentist.
RKO out of nowhere.
Man,
trained dentist. She can knock your teeth out and put them back in.
Ooh.
Oh,
Hey.
Double foot stomp. Riho special.
That's really all she got.
Oh, nice corkscrew fisherman
Drift
suplex.
away. Two.
Why you run over to your mom and fart? What you do that for?
I wrote in cursive, can you smell it?
What?
My daughter's being a jerkwad.
Oh no, I just farted.
See, luckily I don't have a good sense of smell, so you don't even affect me.
Rainmaker elbow. That should be my finisher.
She's got
Overdrive. To the rings of Saturn.
overdrive rings of Saturn. Tap, bitch, tap, tap,
Oh,
tap.
what a
Oh,
face
she's mandible claw. Mandible claw applied.
oh no. Oh,
I would just call that move the DDS. Straight up.
Dental.
pain all the teeth.
Britt Baker is the pain maker.
Man, she
Literally
fortunate.
what Britt Baker should say at the end of her promos is, there's a reason why people fear the dentist, and I am that. That's all she's got to say. It would be funny.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh, she got nicked.
Ooh.
Fuck that shit.
Ooh.
We got to fight. Yes, you don't, you don't do that. We got to fight. Man, fuck the ring. We take this to the outside. Oh, shit. Get her. I'm telling you, there's some things you just can't let go. That goes beyond wrestling right there. I'd rather go up and slap my mom before doing that shit to me. Man, I couldn't be there. Because I'd be in Baker's ear and be like, you gonna let her get away with that? You gonna let her punk you like that? She's still breathing. What's wrong with you? I'm telling you, there's some things I can't deal with. That shit was too much. That was too much. All this shit happened in the match is fine. But when she put the finger on the forehead and nudge her away like that, that's my limit. That's my limit. We got to fight for a while.
You know, that was a real good match. I think that's the best ladies tag team match they've had so far.
Yeah, so far. I hope they can do just as well next week. See, just talking about this is the best ladies tag team match that they've had so far.
That is. Okay, so that is. So we start off with the Elite and we're going to end with the.
Not the Elite, but the Elite's handpicked. Because Jericho helped, back a lot of this shit, so he's up there with them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you gotta do have. I mean, I can see why they put Jericho in. He is your.
Oh, man.
Oh, Chucky T.
Y'all really did.
Perez.
This is stupid.
What a lovely.
And that gets a pop out of the crowd more than anything else they do in the ring. That expresses how fucked up it is.
What the hell?
Why don't you go get
I'm sorry,
married,
Breeze.
like Chuck and Billy?
And then say this is insane. Hey, we're not gay. We're just friends.
What the fuck, Trent? Trent done got
Gay
big.
wedding. Trent did get big.
Hey, it's Little Dog
My boy.
Pockets.
My boy.
Oh,
Somebody whoop their ass. Must be the Dark Order.
No, it's the creeper.
Nothing.
Who the fuck is?
It's that Sean dude.
Oh, what? That's Sean Spears.
who is that?
Oh, it is Sean. Spears. the chairman.
Oh, he's still coming out with you? Okay. I thought it was a one-time thing.
It's the chairman.
It's weird. It's weird they even brought
Perfection.
that gimmick back. That gimmick title of being the chairman. Someone always has a chair. Use the chair. You've been using NWA. It was used in WCW before they got rid of somebody, and WWE Attitude Era before they got rid of them.
But he's utilizing that fucker, wrapping that chair around Cody's head and split his shit.
Yep.
It was like made. It was supposed to be.
I mean, yeah, it was a fuck up,
Yeah.
but he legitimately hard weighed Cody, so use it. Doing what I do with CR Fire Pro is some shit go down, you use it. Nice corner intro.
Blasted. That unprotected chair shot was blasted him. Busted. And then Aaron came out and
See, I'm tempted to get like Fire Pro started, and oh shit, get some Fire Pro started and put some matches up, But I think that was still the show from AEW. See if anyone's actually looking at the screen. Get the official shoe of CR Fire Pro. The official shoe. What, woman? What?
Fell out the window screaming, Martha.
That was one weird commercial.
I'm sure he's fine.
I'm not looking at that commercial at all because I give up.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
All right.
Woo!
Waiting.
Yeah, it's gonna be Friday, whatever we do.
Okay.
And trust me, she'll make a difference too.
Oh my God! These commercials need to go to hell.
Hey, it gives us a rest.
At least it gives us a rest. I was gonna go make tea, but that's gonna take too long.
Well, my bathroom currently lacks walls, except for a makeshift wall I made, so bathroom breaks will be easier for me.
How?
Again, I have a makeshift wall.
A makeshift wall. Okay.
Yes. Made out of bathroom cabinet and random.
Turn around and still coming at you.
That is absolutely amazing.
Man, it's chilling.
You scare me.
I don't have to scare you. All I have to do is show up.
No, that's not true. Because you're too weak.
What makes me weak?
Your weakness.
Okay, that don't make my weakness can't make me weak. Nowhere.
Yeah, because if you try to play something really hard, you just do this.
Give me Moxley. Pac.
Join you. Pac should be in the ring.
For the longest time when I saw the name Pac, I actually thought it was X-Pac.
That's how you do it. If you do it any other way, then
No, it's like this.
You gotta do it the best way you can.
No, it's like this.
And that's-
It's my boy,
There you go.
Moxley.
Oh,
Oh,
oh crap!
that's my payback. Fuck you, John Moxley. Fuck you,
It's John. It's
Wait, but
yeah.
she said
Because
Moxley.
Moxley ain't shit.
He's stupid.
Hey, respect my boy, bro.
But here's the thing. I gotta give advantage to Moxley on this one.
He's still the International World Grand Prix heavyweight U.S. title champ.
United States.
U.S.
Yeah.
shit. Him be dumb, no like him. What? What? He's still the champ.
Respect the Mox, please.
I forgot he was still the
I
champ.
don't know where it is.
That kind of did too.
Maybe
Wait a
he
minute,
ate
how's he
it.
what? I'm sorry, I had both ears covered.
Maybe he ate the title.
Leo Rush wins the
He
Cruiserweight
don't bring the belt because he
Championship.
don't even know. Like, Marty Scurll
Yay.
is champion in 6 different areas, isn't he? He don't bring that shit to Ring of Honor. Now, if they had a working relationship, yeah, I can see that Moxley would bring it out to AEW, but they don't. And the way it's looking, this is something positive. The way it's looking, I can say they don't have a working relationship with New Japan yet. And people like Moxley can be a bridge.
Not yet. Yes, and I want him to use his New Japan theme song. That song is tough. I love Moxley's New Japan song. It's the best. It's so fitting. Like, I listen to wrestling music, so
Wrestling music, sometimes the best music you're going to find.
right. Oh, I could have done this, but I could have started editing.
Do you know how to summon Pennywise?
I don't know how to summon a
We'll kick him in
fictitious
the
character. Pennywise ain't real, so I can't summon him. And seeing that he's a very bad being, it would be dumb to do it.
Well, if you could summon him and he was real, I would tell you how to summon him. All you have to do is get a penny, and you say, "This is a penny," and then you say, "This is wise. This penny is wise."
What is Tilly doing?
Well, I do not know because I'm currently behind. Never mind.
Yeah. Here he goes. The back elbow.
Hope your muscles under control.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah, I don't like Moxley, but I didn't want the man to be suffering and shit.
But we know Moxley's gonna win.
I mean, this is his TV debut.
His debut match for AEW anyway. Because he's already been, he was in All Out. He was at the end of it.
He was in All Out. Yeah, like he didn't wrestle at All Out because of injury.
Yeah, All In. Yeah, he would have been there, but that elbow, Mercer, in his elbow. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was worried. I was legit worried. I was like, man, come on, we can't lose another wrestler.
Oh yeah, by the way, Pac is in.
He's in what?
Pac's in Don't ask me why. I just don't know. Like he was just looking mean as shit. That's like,
Jonathan David Good. Okay.
You know what, Pat? That's a very good question.
Yep, he's still the IWGP United States champion. And what was a good question Pac asked?
Are you aware of my wrestling record and how undefeated he is, and how unparalleled his success has been?
The only thing I heard was 2 years and lost once.
He said, why lame commentators
There
carry
you go.
That is a damn good question.
he like to be on the damn card?
If NWA responds to my comment, I'm gonna mark the fuck out.
What you text? I mean,
On their
what you-
on their YouTube channel, I put thank you for never going away.
That's
NWA's been around for a long fucking time, man. NWA is the you think fucking WWE got branches? NWA got motherfucking branches, man. They are a tree of trees.
they had TNA.
No, dude. I'm talking about NWA had Mid-Atlantic, Atlantic, Northeast. They got branches, yo.
They have just beautiful history. And like all other promotions, an own dark
Yep.
period.
Nick Aldis looks so he's come a long way. I'm glad NWA is coming up again. Somebody did something. Somebody. Oh, what's this? Your crops are ready to be harvested. Oh, okay. You ain't worried about the harvest.
So you are playing Township while I'm playing Rival
I was
Stars.
getting updates on my phone and let me know what because townships are them damn games where you gotta wait, real hours and stuff. Get on my nerves.
When I was
But if on the
little
games
boy,
I'm
used to
playing, all I could
play
just do is
Funny Bird.
press auto on and that's it.
Whoa, shit! What happened to my fan? Oh man! Make your spine do that thing cats do. Good grief. Okay, let's see. Inaugural tournament for U.S. title. Kenny Omega defeated Michael Elgin, Jay Lethal, and then Tomohiro Ishii. Which honestly, Kenny Omega should not have gotten past either one of them. Let's see. Moxley has had it since June 5th. And 0 defenses, and that fucker done had it since June 5th.
Like Jericho. Let's go before he defended that damn.
Maybe he defended it in local indie
No,
shows.
you can only defend that belt. He can only
I doubt
defend it in Ring of Honor and New Japan. Those are the only places he can defend it.
Ring of Honor dark matches.
That's about what it's worth. Kenny Omega had it, then Jay White, Juice Robinson, Cody, then Juice Robinson, then Moxley.
Short history.
Yep. July 2nd, 2017. It's got just over 2 years.
Suicidal dive. I just want to see somebody do a suicide dive, and then he's brushed off. But I want to see somebody do a suicide dive, catches him, and just throw him.
And a
into
suicide
the-
dive.
You gotta catch him and do what?
Throw him to the.
I already seen that. Yep, Triple AI.
Oh,
Fine. It's so annoying.
I already saw that. Mystico in Atlantica. I think that's who it is, Atlantica. And he tried tope suicida, dove through the ropes. And dude called him and shotgunned his ass into the crowd, and everyone went ape shit.
You don't know me.
Don't blame him.
What? Stop. Stop. Are you done? Thanks.
Man, he does not need to be in commentary.
Poor
Yeah,
Fox.
as soon as this match concludes, you need to run down there and attack John Moxley.
He can attack either one of them. I haven't been impressed by either.
Cha! Cha! Elbow. 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 Slap to the face. Like Nicholas big. Time to have some donuts while I watch this show.
Oh, a slap.
When I first started watching wrestling,
Nope.
the ones I heard on commentary was Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. When it comes to those I can remember the most, I heard Gordon Soley, I heard Lance Russell when I was a little kid. But when it comes to the most memorable stuff, it was Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. I listened to Jim Ross commentate with Terry Funk, Paul E. Dangerously, and quite a few others. Oh shit! Oh!
Oh.
What's it called? The Edge-O-Matic?
I thought it's called a death.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you weren't quick enough.
Now, Kevin's gonna feud with Moxley and Pac. Oh, never mind. He's feuding with Kenny. Pac looks so mean. Kenny got a barbed wire bat. What sway? Kenny don't look good with a barbed wire bat.
Wait. I see an Omega.
Why would you not just run down there and fuck
I
him
started
up?
a Wild Omega.
You come out with the
Right.
weapons, and the guy
Damn
that
it,
should be
Kenny.
afraid is walking up to you. What does that say about you?
A barbed wire broomstick, my G.
Actually, what does that say about Moxley? He's going up to him.
Come on,
That
my
Moxley
guy.
is brave or stupid or enraged. And it shows that Kenny does not have a
Or
grip
all
on
three.
reality. He's still boasting that stupid
Maybe it's
cleaner
all three.
gimmick.
What?
What the fuck?
I love the cleaner. He said, fight me, man.
Fuck this
Let me see a
shit.
fair fight. He's like, fuck.
Oh.
Now you,
Boom. Dang.
Booyah.
Thank you.
You hit the wrong person, dumbass.
I hit whoever's out there.
This ain't gonna end well.
Oh, he just got the dumbass out the way, that's all. Now Moxley whooped the shit out of Kenny.
Right there. Beat him. Beat him.
Considering the fact that this whole rivalry started for what reason, we don't know.
He's right.
I think it's because of the win-loss records.
Nah, it's not that.
You
Hit
ain't
him in
even
the
worth
dick.
a post-match jumping,
Hit him in the
Kenny.
face.
Dumb fuck.
You're not worth it either.
Now, not saying
What?
it as Kenny would, but definitely next week, I will come out and say, I got hit and you left me there breathing. You're clearly stupid. Because tonight, I'm going to finish this, and you're going to be gone. It's that simple. You ain't bright enough to finish the job. That's all right. I'll finish your career. There we go. Full-blown dumbass to the max. I will end your career.
For what? Why must you end my career?
You're going to end their career? Okay. You just told everyone on this audience you're going to make sure they can't feed their family. So who's the heel now? Fuck. What kind of accident was your daughter in? Can you prove that this even happened? Are you just paid actors? You suck.
This is enjoyable. That's all, guys.
I don't know what got me in the mood, but I'm just feeling real salty. Fuck.
If only I had a deep
I am
fryer
not motivated by this commercial.
and a bag of potatoes.
I mean, if I'm that dude in the car, I'm like, I am not motivated by you. I'm more like, why the fuck is this image talking to me like this?
I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
And I'm probably thinking, like, how much drugs have I taken today?
He just said, it's not a commercial for Nugenics, it's a commercial for schizophrenia.
Not enough.
Oh my god.
How y'all gonna take the trash bag out of a trash can and then just put the new bag up on the table? Just fuck. Y'all could have put it in the damn trash can.
Logic got smacked, dude.
Fuck. My trash.
See, kid? See, this is why
My
we
trash
stay in
can
school.
ain't nothing but a goddamn premium wipes box that I cut the end out of. I would rather have this than a trash can from Walmart right now, because Walmart pisses me off for the moment.
He said with TV
Yep,
time.
TV.
Mode,
So,
what's the TV time? Mode?
22 minutes.
Who's Dawson Rhodes? Oh, Cody Rhodes?
I don't know how long Dustin was on the indie circuit or anything like that, but man, I had the privilege of seeing his first matches, his first professional matches in WCW, and they sucked, but he got better. He had the misfortune of going against people like Barry Windham and Arn Anderson and stuff.
Fight on Anderson.
I think he took over 14 to 15 lariats from Wyndham and win inside of half the match alone.
Damn.
Jim Ross had to say it. He can't get away from this clothesline. That opening horse animation, I gotta admit, it was cool. Nobody wanted to just downplay something like that, but it was cool.
Hey, I like the song.
His song is fucking phenomenal. It's almost like the Four Horsemen fourth theme song, which I don't think any music out there is going to beat that.
No, I listened to it this morning.
Oh, that shit was hype on it.
Yes.
Hangman Page being in this match is almost like Dwayne Johnson wrestling The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell with no build-up. It makes no fucking sense.
Well, yeah, where was Hangman during that beatdown last week?
Hangman was like, I'm gonna dip on out of here and just let him take care of it.
I'm not fucking. They got this.
Yeah.
They're the elite.
Dustin looks sad.
He got that Vince McMahon swagger walk going.
That's the swagger walk that everybody got. John Moxley got the exact same one.
No,
Everyone likes Vince McMahon's swagger walk.
Hey, can you blame him? Yes, you.
That's the type of walk. Just to tell everybody to fuck off. I'm better than you, bitch.
And making his way to the ring, representing the Inner Circle, Chris.
Bitch, he's the leader.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm the leader.
If that fucker just let me, if it was just Chris by himself, I would fucking roll. I want to hear the ring announcer get a cough while he's doing this shit. Yeah, you walk like a goddamn ape.
Well, there goes my fucking computer.
You know what? I'm going to say this, and Cedar's going to hate it. But I like Jericho's getup. I like his outfit.
Yeah, perfect for the stage.
South Korea.
And he's down there with the homeless man from Greenwich, some shit. Huh? Jericho doesn't need. Jericho is still performing well. Why don't you stop hating? God damn it! See, y'all, I got to deal with this shit. She just be hating on people.
Control, Alt, Delete, Tags.
Like, super just a walking syntax error. That's all it is. You stop hating. Chris Jericho, yeah, okay, he's annoying, yeah, but the fact of his age and he can still roll like he did when he was younger, I think that's awesome. Why don't you give him some fucking credit?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Hey, anyone in advanced age that can continue on like that can actually gain a lot of respect.
They do.
God damn, she is hating for real. You liked him 20 years ago. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
He got a WWE. It was a rap.
Yeah. Now WWE, yeah, that it was done then.
It was done.
Long live Lionheart.
Get him! Bite his head! Like, oh, I got away. Yeah, get that shit off of him. Get him!
Oh shit! Ice hockey style fighting.
Get him! Step on him!
Whoop his ass. That's a Texas home style whooping right there. Oh shit!
Yeah, all in the brains.
Man, Igor ain't even doing nothing to help him out there.
Hey, I'm trying to remember who he is.
He'll never remember who he is. He just out there just brainless. Frankenstein's monster needs some help and guidance. Oh shit! Caught him!
Oh!
Fuck him up with his weak legs and his stupid face.
Okay, yes, he got his sister's thighs, but he can still try to do something in the ring. See, look at that. He reversed an Irish whip. Well, he took that clothesline. He needs the panda on his head. He'll do better then.
I got close up to a lariat.
Oh shit! That was a great shot.
And I'm far ahead again, apparently.
Man, we got
And my computer.
3 people listening to us. Thank you for listening.
Hangman Page, Kip up.
Kip up. Oh, and it paused.
Yes.
All we could see was Hangman crotch. That's all we could see.
And then
Good grief.
Wait, did I just repeat that or?
Nice.
Oh, that's a left.
Chop. He got the thighs. He got. Damn it. Pap
Tag.
at shovel hook.
There goes some.
The hammer throw. Ooh.
Lots of the face.
They jacking him up. Dustin whooping up on him like they used to whoop up on Dustin when he got started. Damn! He smacked him in the back of the head. That's some anger right there, man. I like that. You know you're mad. We just do those little pointless shots to the back of the head. Double arm ringer. Double gut shot. Stereo Irish whip. Toe kick. Knee
Angry
strike.
old man.
We're doing. Oh shit! Y'all wrestling like y'all been a tag team for a while. Oh shit! First of all, we gonna have to settle this. No man, that was a good shot to the jaw. We got to do something about this.
Damn it, my computer's.
I'd have told him you clearly don't like your tag team partner tonight to do that to me. Then I fuck him up. Don't let this boy do this shit to you. Oh shit, he snatched him up. You know, would have been better if you just slammed him forward and then jumped on him. Just saying.
But instead,
in the words of John Newby, rookie mistake.
Look at his thighs.
Will you stop, Cedra?
Oh, that guy.
hello.
I love pizza my whole life. You know, a lot of motherfuckers love pizza their whole life. They don't exactly get on the fucking board.
Maybe he's trying to change some shit.
He ain't doing shit. He ain't changing shit. He's just making money.
You don't know that.
I do know that. The man got paid for it. He's making money.
Go lock the door so somebody murder us.
Really? Lock the door.
I'm gonna murder you.
Oh yeah, I want to see this. It's all cheesy animated and shit. Oh shit, we might have to stay up late. If I can, I don't know. I might pass out about 11.
I don't know how we gonna find it.
We'll find it. Somebody's gonna be ripping that shit for free.
I'm probably gonna be stuck up.
Man, Hard Knocks TV every Wednesday. Shit, I hope he uploaded something today. Man, Wednesday belongs to wrestling.
He just casually graced his head. Shit.
Oh, bullshit lying ass commercial. This is a medical office. We don't check. No, you don't check credit. You just simply say you don't, literally, as we've heard, you don't have the type of insurance for us to even see your ass, so go away. Fuck y'all.
What is wrong with you?
What? I don't trust shit like that. Got too much. It's a credit commercial with no credibility.
Okay.
Every time I see a commercial for this, I'm like, I would like to play this. Yeah. The first two commercials, they were hilarious. I'm going to give it that. I saw those on Twitch.
Lil Wayne in there.
Hey, any of y'all like apple beverages? Like apple flavored water.
Juices. I never tried it.
Look, just real simple. Get yourself an apple, clearly wash it, cut a good slice off, get some water, just put the slices in the water, put it in the freezer for probably about 40 minutes or whatnot. As it gets cold, it breaks down the apple a little bit, makes it bleed out into the water. Stir it up, drink. Water tastes like good apple. That shit is good.
I'm the best in the world.
Funniest thing Jericho said was in Japan, talking to Tanahashi Hiroshi. He got on the microphone. He was like, "Hey, Bakahashi," and the crowd, they laughed, and you could tell they didn't want to laugh. That mess was funny as hell. And saying Baka in Japanese means fool or stupid. So yeah, that's what they heard. Like, hey, idiot Hashi, or something like that. So they laughed. You could tell it was forced. They didn't want to laugh. They did not want to laugh. And it was legit. Right. I wish I could find that shit. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen Jericho do or say.
Well, if you can, make it into a ringtone.
Yeah, make that jump to a notification. Tag me in. That's skinny.
Man, so we lost a viewer. Somebody didn't like what we were saying. They didn't have the courage to be all like, let me write down here what I don't like. Be like, man. Be like, y'all are boring. I'd be like, you're boring. You ain't even talking.
I like how Dustin just casually stick his hand out just for a tag, but he clearly sees Jericho beating him.
Hey, I got a question. Has Dustin and Cody tagged up yet? They have? Yeah. Against who?
Yeah. I think against the Bucks.
Okay. All right, because I remember they did that whole heartfelt thing, and I'm like, did y'all even do anything important with that?
That was beautiful. Yeah.
It was all, and that was a great build up, and it was against a match that no one can really remember. But
that lariat.
Yeah, they just reminded me, and I think you said it too.
Why is he pointing?
I don't know, but we are real far behind. They're talking about a lariat. Shit!
Well, Sammy's gotten paid.
That lariat was sick, so you might have to refresh this woman, because the screen done did the stop about 3 or 4 times.
Oh! That's all lariat.
What? No, he was on point. We was on point earlier.
Pointing up in the sky like this.
Maybe they are ahead and we are behind.
Y'all are way ahead of us. Y'all are like, good grief.
You see, mate, I got 3 different tabs open.
Now, Des is in the ring. Yep.
Yeah.
Clothesline.
Oh.
He's getting payback.
One lariat.
Shovel hook.
Irish whip. Another lariat.
Drop. Boot kick.
Yeet.
Manhattan drop on Jericho.
Yeet.
What's he going up top for? La Quebrada? Nope. Rounding moonsault or rounding body press.
Well, according to me, you are ahead.
When you realize Goldust never won that one major championship in his whole career.
But, like the Ultimate Warrior, he was an amazing Intercontinental Champion. Oh, shit. Like somebody dropped his ass off the ceiling. Oh, shit. Igor ran over and hit him.
Wait, what?
Igor ate his ass up.
He fucked him.
Man, we lost another one. We must be boring them.
Oh well. One.
That's the huge
Two.
disadvantage.
No.
Wait, what the?
Tried it.
I think Jericho's gonna win this.
What?
This has been an awesome night so far.
I'm talking to Nick Infante,
What?
Zero, and Mr. Pony.
You told them that I said hi.
Halo in the
Oh
background.
no!
You can tell him there.
Oh no!
Hi.
No, not this
There you
move.
go. It said hello.
Hello.
They've been hearing y'all the whole time.
Really?
Microphone.
Oh,
Yes, we have.
that's a power slam.
He bowled him over. Man,
No. No.
what's so bad
You fucking.
is the ref
bum.
looked over and saw him exit the
You're
ring
right.
and turn his head back to Paige. Or who was that?
Right. That's
To
just
Guevara.
Sammy Guevara. That is so dumb. I am.
Oh!
Watch this Judas effect.
No, I like that. I like the Judas
Judas
effect.
effect.
I like that move. The problem with the move, the problem with the Judas effect is it's a move that has to be sold like it's a big event every time. Because you see in basic wrestling that the back elbow is just basic. It has to be sold, it has to be utilized like it's a big move every time.
Yes.
And it's gonna beat on Dust. They already beat it up.
It's a beat
Yep,
down.
it's a
in the
beat
ring.
down.
Where's Cody? Where's
Yep.
Paige? Where's anybody?
Well, Page right here.
Blue.
Yeet. Boom.
I'm sorry, guys. That was esoteric. That's I can't help but think about WWF No Mercy.
Oh,
Diggity
In
dog.
No Mercy, you get hit real hard. You get dropped to blue on your meter.
wow! Hager got a chair
Yep.
thrown at him.
Hot diggity. Diggity dog.
Is it bleeding?
I don't think. This is probably.
Oh, they like WWE that much. They do the lights out on everything. We don't know how to make it look good, so we turn the lights out.
Screen went dark.
Come here, young boy.
Cody, really?
Losing it.
Yeah.
Here he
That's
is.
my dude right there, MJF.
But I tried to draw.
Yeah, where is MJF?
I tried to draw a picture of you. It's ugly though.
I don't know, but now you got Cody.
Fight me! Fight me!
You try it, baby girl.
Oh, yeah. I literally thought that was Hunico for some reason.
In a suit with brown shoes.
You are not a
MJF turning
face.
babyface now?
You need to attack Cody. You need to attack Cody.
He probably is going to attack Cody.
Someone go ahead and turn.
I think he just wants to hate everyone.
You are
You're
a
not
douchebag.
okay.
You need to attack Cody. God damn it. This doesn't look right.
That's MJF for you.
He's gonna attack the three of them, and
Yes,
then he's
attack
gonna attack
Cody.
Cody.
Because he hates everybody.
You can't be
Yeah.
a heel.
You're supposed
You
to be
can't be a
MJF.
mega heel in MLW. Be a heel here, but do face stuff. That's stupid.
I don't know. MJF, he does whatever he
Killing
wants.
business.
Maybe it's a faction type thing.
Last
like a
week
Triple
he
H.
comes out telling a man to look at the camera and tell his family he's a failure. And now he comes out saving people. What the fuck?
I don't know. Like I said, that's Maxwell J. Feinstein. He's a crazy man.
Well, to be fair, I mean, kissing ass does do well if you
It
want a title shot.
does. Now someone
And I
else
know
coming
this guy
out.
from the New York
It's
Independent
the
scene.
lime green Baba Ganoush's.
I got a
Baba go what?
Brain.
theory, right? I got a theory, all right?
Wait, what did he call him? A Baba Ganoush? What the hell?
It's a Turkish candy
Yeah,
treat.
like,
Yeah.
but my theory is that MJF's gonna be
And
with
now we got a
Cody,
skateboarder coming
help
out.
him win his title, and then like fucking portray Cody just to get a title shot. That's just
That'd
my
be
little.
smart.
That's something I would do as a heel. Because when I was playing 2K career mode, I try to do that.
I
Like,
thought
no
earlier
joke.
Darby and what's his name, Havoc. Didn't they say the winner of that was going to wrestle for the title against Jericho?
Yeah.
R-
Yeah.
Next week's show is gonna be awesome.
What the fuck is that?
This motherfucker.
I was like, who's that fan running to
That
It
That was
looks
an
like
amazing show.
a Fire Pro edit that they put down to 75%. Good grief!
You even
Yo,
skateboard it
my
down.
boy came out the cut. You know what? I like Darby Allin now.
It
That's
came
funny as
out
hell.
of fucking nowhere.
His skateboard is.
It's almost like when a video game, you can see him spawn the opponent right there on the screen.
Did I see that guy in a Tony Hawk game?
Damn! He was just fucking there, man.
I drew a skull that was stabbed through.
Looks like he just came from a Tony Hawk skateboarding video game.
My man said Tony Hawk, bro.
Cool.
I mean, look at
Hey,
him.
that was funny.
Right here.
Yeah, the teeth and the knife. Yeah, snake.
I drew the nose thing too.
Mm-hmm.
MJF, this is your chance. You betray him. Betray him, MJF. I'm done. My man had a skateboard, bro. What you saying?
Well, we already know Darby's not going to win if you're wrestling Cody November 9th.
Yes, they
He
exposed
only
the
does to say, he
business.
got a skateboard.
That
They
makes sense.
exposed the
That
business.
makes
You
sense.
can't say you're gonna wrestle this dude after. And you haven't even wrestled the first one yet. You already let everybody know you're gonna win. They're number one contender to face Jericho for the title, but Jericho ain't even gone against Cody yet. So therefore, you know Jericho's going to defeat Cody. Well, so it's Darby versus Cody. Is that what it's going to be?
No, it's Darby versus Jericho next week. Jericho versus Cody November 9th.
Okay, so Cody on the 9th of November, Darby next week.
Yeah.
So we know he's going to beat Darby then. It's obvious. Yeah. So there's no point. Roll credits. Fucking roll fucking credits.
Makes sense.
That's why you don't do that shit. That's why I don't do that on CR Fire Pro. You don't know who's going to be until after the eve of the big event. You don't know shit. I don't even know shit because I don't plan my shit like that. I don't want to make a fake game fake.
I don't even know who's going to win in my matches half the
Just like
time.
you got a good.
Most of the time, I make sure that shit don't happen. That is predictable.
Yeah, when it's predictable, I don't really care to watch the show. It's like, oh, this person is a known jobber. This one is one of their top contenders. I wonder who's going to win this match. I'm bored, you know. Oh man, I don't know who's watching, but I thank you.
This was pretty funny, bro.
The fact that more people decide to watch us talk than Watch NXT really
Yeah.
says something.
We're better than both programs.
Yeah.
This is better than
You know,
Are you getting ready to watch the Road Show?
I feel like
I thought we were gonna watch NWA.
Oh yeah, we got to watch
I'm
NWA.
not
Just
gonna-
put in NWA. Just put in NWA. That mess is awesome. But don't play it yet though. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Anyway.
It's all up on some YouTube. Yeah. All right, y'all want to end this here?
Yeah, let's.
Yep, because it's been a minute. What was it? 2 hours, 3 minutes? 2 hours, 4 minutes now.
Can I tell them something?
All right, you want to
Yeah.
tell us something? All right, fine, hold up. Abushkis wants to say something to y'all. So, what is it?
I find that voice funny sometimes.
What voice?
Yours.
My voice is funny
What?
And cute too.
and it's cute.
I typed in NWA. The first thing that comes up is Straight Outta Compton.
NWA.
That's funny as shit.
Let's see. You found it? What? Just put in NWA Power.
I know. It's right there.
How many
I'm
R's?
just saying. He said how many R's? It's 3. Power.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream, and me and you are gonna get watching this, and I am gonna drink a whole mess of water because I am thirsty. I want to thank y'all for joining me here. This was nice, you know. It was nice. Nick Infante, Zero, and Mr. Pony. It was nice. You know, we got to get more people, but this was nice.
Yep, it was.
It was.
I see y'all in the EFED area and other chat rooms.
Okay, I'll go and use the
I'm
bathroom.
about to do the same. All right, y'all. Take care, y'all.
Alright.
You too.
You too.